Hello everyone and welcome back for our latest mudlarking adventure. We're here at this bit of water again. We're just on the stretch of water that sort of connects to my last video. It's much further along, but we're expecting to find some sort of industrial stuff here as well, but hopefully there'll be some old and interesting stuff too, fingers crossed. So I'm just going to start having a look around now. You can sort of see that the water's quite clear. It is a little bit muddy, but hopefully that won't stop us. And you can probably see there that we have found our first bottle just as we stepped in, which is always a nice sign, isn't it? So I think that's probably an old sauce bottle of some description, isn't it? We've got quite a few similar to that. But hopefully that means there's more to come, fingers crossed. So we'll have a look around now, bring you back and let you know what we can find. Okay, so we're just under a bridge at the moment and you can probably see under the water what I mean by the sort of industrial waste that we are expecting to find. But we will just have a look through and see if there's any interesting stuff. And I can see bits of pottery, so hopefully that's a good sign too. Looks like it might have been a slightly more modern cup, but we'll keep our eyes peeled and hopefully find some nice pattern pieces for my collection. Let's keep looking. Oh look, here's a bottle. You can see it. That's a really neat little size, isn't it? I'm not sure how old that was, but I quite like the size and shape of that one. There is a bottle here too, but I think it looks like it might be a sort of modern one. Let's have a look. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if it is actually. It's got some sort of label on it. What does it say? Looks like brewer to me. Brew something. But it has got a barcode on it, so that might help with aging. Let's see what else there is. So I'm going to have a little dig around, see what else I can find, and I'll bring you back. So here's an exciting sight. Hopefully you can see under the glare of the water the shape of a little bottle there. So I'm just going to go in, see if it's complete. Oh, and it is. Look at it. It's a beauty, isn't it? A nice little square one. That's really nice, isn't it? I can't see that there's any writing on it. I'm not sure if that is... Oh no, it's not green. It's just got river on it. I really like that one. Pleased with that one. I assume that would have had a lovely cork in the top at some point. So yeah, what a great find to add to the collection. And you can probably see just behind me, I've just spotted another one actually. This one is a bigger one. And I'm not sure how old that is, or if maybe that's modern actually. I don't know. But there are quite a few bottles here. I can sort of see bits and bobs of glass bottles as I go. So I'm going to go and have a bit of a dig and I'll let you know what comes out. So look at this, isn't this an interesting find? This is an old steering wheel, and normally we wouldn't sort of look for things like this, but look how old it is. It's just so basic, isn't it? And it's quite nice to find interesting things like that from times gone by. So I've got a feeling there's going to be a real mix of stuff here. I'm pretty excited. We've not been in long and we've already found 4 or 5 bottles and this lovely steering wheel. So fingers crossed there's plenty more to come. So I've just found an interesting little site to show you. There seems to be lots of interesting stuff here. Hopefully you can see it under the water. So let's go in and have a look what we've got. That's not a good sign, is it? Bit of a broken one, what a shame. I do love to find bottles that are that sort of shape and size, so that's a real shame. I can see another thing though. Look at that, isn't that brilliant? What was that, an Inkwell, or was it some sort of... It's like a potion bottle, doesn't it? Very Harry Potter. Really pleased with that one. I think that's probably the first one like that we've got as well. So yeah, great find. And also can see something here which looks broken, but just look at this pattern. I'm sure you've spotted it already. Isn't that great? It's just the bottom of an old sort of pot or jar, but isn't it great? Lovely design on it. So yeah, super pleased with that. Hopefully that means I've got plenty more pottery finds to come. Going to keep my eyes peeled. So Ryan's just picked up this nice little specimen of a jar. It's quite sweet, isn't it? But then there's a bit of a surprise inside. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there is in fact a little friend inside. So we're going to let him go, find somewhere else to sleep, but we might try and keep the jar. Hi everyone, so I'm sure you can see what our latest spot is, and I must admit that as competitive as we are, I've got to give Ryan credit for this one. He spotted it, but look at it, isn't it great? Regular viewers of our videos will know that I absolutely love to find these. One of my favourite things to spot, and isn't it magnificent? So I don't think there's any sort of marks or anything on it, but it's in pretty good condition, isn't it, for how long it's been there? So yeah, what a great spot. Super pleased with that. Another fine one to add to the collection. So today's luck is going really well actually. We found tons of stuff already. We've not been in too long, so hopefully it'll be a pretty long one with some good stuff to show you. I'll bring you back and let you know what the next thing is. Here's another cute little find. Look, a little jar. I'm not sure if this was paste or something similar, but it's got that nice pattern around the outside, look. And it's quite cute, isn't it, in its own right? Look at it. Quite a delightful little shape, isn't it? Lots of glass jars and bottles that we found today. And here's another neat little one, look. I can imagine this was used for some sort of medicine or something, but who knows? Still, it's a nice little thing, isn't it, that'll look great in my collection. And it's always nice just to find something complete, isn't it? So I'm quite pleased with that one. So I've had a couple of little pottery finds today, which is always quite nice. I always seem to find the bottom of something or a part of a lid, never really any more complete than this, which is a shame. One day. This little lovely piece, look, just that tiny blue and white pattern on it. Pale now, but I bet that was great. And I can't tell if that was, I think it's sort of flowers, isn't it, and leaves rather than birds. Be a better view for you, isn't it? And then the remnants of this pot, which I think when cleaned up have got a really nice sort of blue and brown pattern on, so I'm not sure of the age of that, but again, not much of it, but I bet it was great. Here's another interesting find. I actually used to have something like this when I was younger, so they're probably from I'd say about the 80s, maybe into the 90s. I think they were quite popular around then. It was a sort of little LCD game, and you'd get them with all sorts of games sort of preloaded, and you'd have the tiny screen there. The height of technology in its day, but it's been cast aside now for quite some time, it would look like. Still, an interesting thing to pull out of the river today, so I thought I'd share it all with you. Here's another bottle that Ryan's found. It looks like a beer bottle, I'd say, do you think? Not sure of the age of it, but there's obviously plenty around these parts, so that's good. So here's another interesting looking bottle. Look at that, isn't that great? I'd say that was an old milk bottle actually, would you? Yeah, look at that top. Oh, and it's got some writing on it. It says Co-op. Can't quite see the rest of it. Something mill. And then, oh, it says Radstock there. Look, that's great, isn't it? That's really local to Bath, so it's always nice to find a nice local bottle. And I'm really pleased with that one actually. I don't think we've got anything like that, and I will be pleased to add it to the collection, especially with that location on it. It's got some more writing around the bottom, so I'll try and give it a bit of a clean up when I get home. Oh, it was 1 pint, look, that's what it says there. But yeah, super find, really pleased with that one. That's probably my favourite bottle find of today actually. Here's a really nice jar that I've just found in a slightly deeper bit. It's definitely got some age to it, hasn't it? Look at the lip around there. Really nice. So yeah, really love the shape and design of that one actually. Wonder what would have been in it. Definitely one that I'm going to keep. I'll be pleased to take that one home. And here's hoping that there's some more stuff in here to find to bring with it. I apologise if this is hard for some of you to watch. I know there's a glare, but honestly there's just something so lovely about the glint of sun off water, isn't there? It's one of my favourite things about getting out in the river on a hot sunny day. Isn't it beautiful? As you can see over there, very industrial. You can probably hear it in the background, and that probably explains some of the things that we found. But still, it's an absolute pleasure, and lots of nice finds as well. So we're still going, and I'll bring you back shortly and catch you up with some other things that we might find. See you in a sec. So here's another mystery object that we found. This has got a nice sort of blue colour to it, and if you look here, it looks like it's tiles of some description. So I wonder what that was part of. It's obviously maybe the edge to something. I don't know. What do you think? It's got a nice bit of colour, which is what's intriguing about it, isn't it? So let me know what you think. So this has been a pretty amazing place, and we were still trying to have a look, but you can see that all of a sudden it's got really murky and cloudy and we can't see anything. Visibility has gone. So I'm not sure if it's just the time of day or if something's happening further upstream which is sending all the muck down. So it's kind of brought us to an end, but I'll give you a quick catch up of everything that we found and then we'll go from there. So I think we've probably come to the end of everything that we're going to find here today, although definitely a place that we'll come back to. I know I say that about most of our locations, but I guess stuff's moving all the time, right? So you never know what you might find next time. And there's obviously a source somewhere nearby. So we've had a pretty good find, loads of really nice bottles. The pipe, one of my favourite things to find. A few nice pieces of pottery, not so much as I usually find, but that's okay. And this lovely old steering wheel. So as I said, it is quite industrial around here. So we like to think that, you know, maybe someone came to work with their pipe and, you know, lost it. Maybe brought, you know, a bottle of milk or something. So it's just quite interesting to think, isn't it, that all of these things had owners and they tell a story in their own right, don't they? And that's why I love to find things. So I will try and clean some of these things up a little bit and I'll put some pictures up. And if I can find out anything about them and dates and ages and things, then I'll put that on the video too. Do leave me some comments. I always love to hear your comments. Catch me next time. We'll be out again soon, I'm sure. And as ever, you can find me on Twitter at Lucy Larking or on Facebook, Lucy's Larking Adventures. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys, so just a quick appendix to my video. Those of you that watched yesterday's video, which was a bit further upriver from where I just was, will know that I found one of these, and thanks to the Yorkshire digger who's told me what it is, and a couple of others of you, I actually had no idea. I've never seen one before, and we found loads of them yesterday, but because I didn't think that they were anything interesting, I didn't bring them with me, so we've just come back to pick some up because I want to find out a little bit more about them. So there we go, we've got 4 so far. Ryan's just having a little splodge now, see if there's any more. Yeah, we'll take them home and I'm going to find out a bit more about them. While he's down there, Ryan's had another great find. Look at this pot. Isn't it magnificent? It's got this great handle here. And a little lip on the other side. So I just love to think of the uses that that's had in times gone by. I don't know how we missed this yesterday, but it goes really nicely with the other great pot that we found, which was obviously some sort of ladle for something. But isn't it marvellous? So there you go, a little appendix to today's video with some forgotten treasure left behind from yesterday that we've gone back to collect. See you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. So while Ryan's down there looking for those forgotten treasures, he's found me this, and isn't it lovely? Really love the shape and design of this one, and it goes nicely with my little collection that's building every time we go out. So here's another forgotten treasure. Look at this. This is really heavy, sort of cast iron, I'd say, and it looks like the lid of something, doesn't it? I don't know. Does anyone know what it is? Still, something that we didn't spot yesterday. And we picked it out today on the sort of 5-10 minutes that we've been here. So this is obviously a location that we need to come back to and spend a bit more time.